Hi, Mr. Lee. I'm Aaron. Today I'm going to introduce something about the preceding way. Okay, so here is the function. The function looks like this. So we got a point P, which is AFA from this function, and because it's preceding, so the other point P is supposed to be on the left hand side of the point P, and because of this formula, this general formula, if this is AFA, so this point Q is supposed to be A plus H and FA plus H. So because it's preceding and it's on the left hand side, so this Q, this A plus H number is obviously smaller than the value of A, so the H here is supposed to be a negative number. So if it's a negative number, let's see. So here this green line is supposed to be on the tangent. It is the tangent of point P, and this line, it is the secant of PQ point. So here, let's see. If we change the H value, let's make it approaching to 0. If we make the H value approaching to 0, we can see the point PQ, they are getting closer. They are approaching the point Q. Actually, the point Q is approaching to the point P. And here, if we look at these two lines, the green line and the orange line, the tangent line and the secant line. So if we change in the H value, let's make them approaching to 0. You can see these two lines are getting closer and closer. They are approaching. So here, from that we can see that if we make the H value approaching to 0, the secant value and the tangent value, they are going to get closer and closer. But sometimes we got the special case, which was like this. This function here is fx equals to x power of 2 over 3, and we still got 2 points, point A and point B from the formula. You can from here we can see that the A was FA and the B was A plus H, FA plus H, nothing special. And here, this one is the secant of these, the tangent of this formula, and here is the secant. The green line is the secant. It's different from the first graph. The green line is the secant. So here, let's look at these 2 points. If we change in the H value, so let's move it approaching to 0. When we move it approaching to 0, we can see this green line, this secant line is really approaching to the tangent line, but the approaching is end when it passes this point, because after this point it's not approaching anymore. Oh no, till here is still approaching, till here is still approaching, and after this they are not going to approaching anymore. It's going to move to here, then it's approaching again. So we can see that if we changing the value of H, make it approaching to 0, not for every formula, not for every function. If we change the H value and make it approaching to 0, the secant and the tangent were approaching to each other. So for this one, the IRC stand to exist, because if we make it approaching to 0, here only this part, it is the secant line, it is approaching to the tangent line, but after this it's not approaching anymore, and here it's approaching again. So we don't know what the IRC is, so the IRC was not exist in here, like in this function.